Oaktown 357.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. We
Thank
are so glad
you.
to have you.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. You're such a beautiful spirit, beautiful soul. We just want to show you some love today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Welcome to our channel.
For all of the fellow Generation Xers, we remember Terrible T from Oaktown 357.
Getting it
Those
in.
of you who are also trying to keep up with her dance moves, but were unable to. She
I
had
wanna learn.
it going on. Oh my goodness. Hey, Reese Cup, they're coming in. All right.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
Welcome in, VT. What's up, Reese Cup? Donna Joyner, welcome in. We have Terrible T, who says she was looking at our interviews. She says she loved them. She enjoyed them.
Yes. Showing the love.
Yes, and we appreciate that. We really do.
We do.
Definitely.
All right.
We want to talk. Oh, go ahead, partner.
So we're gonna we'll get started with the questions, Terrible T, and what we normally do is if we have our subscribers in the comment section asking questions, we'll just sort of let you know what they're asking. Okay. There you go, partner.
Hey everyone, welcome in. If you guys want to ask Terrible T a question, you want to reference it to her, if we feel it's appropriate, we'll definitely go ahead and ask her that.
Right.
We want to make her feel welcome and loved here.
Right.
And that's what we are about. So one of my questions I have for you, Terrible T, is we want to talk about your music. Now, we know you can dance your tail off, right? We want to talk about your music. Who wrote the songs for your group, Oaktown 357?
Definitely it was a collaboration amongst Hammer, Sweet L.D, myself, Lil P at the time when she was still there.
Right.
We had also One Cause, One Effect, which was another group that Hammer had.
Mm-hmm.
It was just everybody that was in the Hammer organization kind of dabbled in collaborating with all the songs. So it was a family thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Great. My song is Juicy Got You Crazy. I ain't gonna That's
now,
my
that
song.
was an interesting song when we wrote that. That was an interesting song. We were actually on a flight from Oakland to San Diego for a performance. Hammer had a performance, and we were laughing about relationships and things that were going on. And that's how we end up coming up with Juicy.
With the hook and the whole song and everything.
He's like, Juicy got him crazy. You know, he was acting up, and that's because that Juicy had him crazy. We was on the flight and thought of that song.
You'll love to hear the Sugar Daddy, who's in our age group. He said he still has your music. So we know about albums and tapes.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the only thing we have right there. So just if you could briefly describe your childhood growing up.
I was actually used to ride the bikes, jump the hills.
Oh, wow.
Really athletic. I played, basketball, ran tracks, volleyball. Just that typical, growing up. My mother used to perform. I didn't get the opportunity to see her, but I've always just loved that being in the spotlight type of thing. And in school, I used to, my favorite thing was being Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Because I was always the one that could do the dance moves. So we, Spirit would come around. I would do Thriller and, Beat It, all of those routines. James Brown is another one that I admired with the footwork and just being amazed to, the talent that they had. So I incorporated all that in growing up. My older brother, he was a dancer.
Oh, wow.
And I inspired to be that rivalry, I want to be better than my brother. I want to be better. So I used to watch him and really study how he was a more of a street performer with the boogaloo back then, and
Right.
and putting the white gloves on and just getting into it. I just wanted to dance. I just wanted to entertain.
Oh, wow.
Would you find that, because most people just think, okay, if you dance, somebody taught you how to dance. How were you able to just dance and do it so well?
I've never had any formal training. It was more, I would take it and make it my own.
Right.
And add my flavor to whatever step that was out at that moment. Half the time, to be honest, I don't even remember half the stuff I used to do on stage. And people used to say, "Oh, you did this." I'd be like, "Really?" I'm in a zone. And what I take from the crowd and hearing the screams, it makes me work harder.
Go even harder, yeah.
So if this particular move, like, got to scream, oh, then I got to do it harder, or I got to do something else to get another. That was just like this rush to me to hear what I'm doing and hear the crowd responding to what I'm doing was just amazing to me.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. So you
Totally
mentioned school earlier. So now I have to ask this. What were your favorite subjects in school? And most importantly, who was your favorite teacher?
Favorite subject was probably science.
Yes.
And the teacher that I really loved back then, his name was Mr. Yee. And he was just this, he probably was about 5'6", and the way that he taught the class was different from the norm. You come in the classroom and sit down, get your pencils, and you just didn't have that connection. He had a connection with every student in there like it was his child.
Oh, wow.
So if you were struggling, he knew it.
Right.
And he didn't, bring you out in the class and be like, well, Timmy, you don't have it, but she got it, that type of thing. He made it where you wanted to, get that extra help. So he just made it a fun class. And it was just like, I wish I could take him to every class to get that help and that, that love. Because, teachers, they respond to their class.
Right.
And their class responds to them. And if you're giving your student all of you, then they're gonna love it, and they're gonna respond back and be respectful, and all the things that go into education with wanting to learn. He made you want to come to that science class. He made you want to get a better grade on your test the next time. So definitely Mr. Yee was my favorite. And my dad used to make fun of that. He's like, wake up, Mr. Yee waiting on you. Mr. Yee waiting on you. I'm like, I'm going.
Woo! Oh, wow.
So I wanted to ask you, Terrible T, all of the original members of the group are Terrible T, Sweet L.D, and LP.
Lil P.
Lil P. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you ladies initially decide to form the group and come together and start singing and creating all these awesome songs together?
First we started out as Hammer dancers. So Hammer and the posse. So we were originally his original dancers.
Okay.
Hammer actually had the idea for a girls group. So he was the one that had this design that he wanted to have these proteges. So since we already were there, we worked well together. He heard Lil P rapping, I believe it was Salt and Pepper song Tramp. So he's like, okay. So she got some bars, and then it was like, T, can you flow a little bit? Yeah, I can. And then Sweet L.D. It's like, you know what? This is the group that I'm looking for, because you're already here. You know how to work together. this is my group 357. So we went in the studio and did the original first album with Felton Pilot, and at his studio in Vallejo, did the album, got it presented to Capitol Records, and the rest was history. We just went off from there.
Wow.
Wow.
I have a question in the chat section for you. So Sugar Daddy Williams wants to know what it was like traveling the country with, Hammer and the other ladies in Oaktown 357. And he also just wanted you to know he was a musician and DJ in the late 80s and early 90s. And he also felt that rush from entertaining crowds as well.
It was definitely amazing to be able to travel like that. I was just out of high school.
Wow.
And I was actually the youngest member to come into the organization. So for me to be able to travel all these different cities and all these different countries at such a young age, it was amazing. I'm doing something I love and I get to travel.
You better say it.
I'm like, I get to travel to these different cities and I'm just doing what I love. Oh my God. So definitely it was amazing because we started in such a small, group, as you can see, Hammer's group, escalated.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So when we were smaller, it was, we traveled by car. Then we got a little bit better. We traveled by RV. We got a little bit better. We traveled by bus. Then it went from one bus to 5 buses to the airplane. So we gradually
grew
that progression, and it was definitely love because we all started in the beginning.
Another
question. Are you still in contact with MC Hammer?
Right.
Yes. Matter of fact, I am. I just wished him happy birthday the other day.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Wow. Can you detail your work that you have done with Bobby Brown? Because you have done work with him who are not aware, just in case. She has
really,
done work with Bobby Brown.
No, actually, I haven't actually done work with him. I was on tour at the same time. We were all touring together.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely didn't get an opportunity to work or do anything with him other than, either they were headlining or they went on before us or after us, and just, backstage and seeing some of the entertainers. That was about my extent as far as working with Bobby.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
But would have loved it because my favorite song is My Prerogative.
You and everybody else. I like that song too. I love it.
That's my song.
Man is Roni.
Which one? Yours is Roni.
Every little step you take.
See?
I'm like you. My Prerogative was my favorite.
Yeah. I love the choreography of it. As a dancer, you watch all those steps and you just be like, "Oh, I could have did that one." Ooh, I want to do that.
Wow. So if you had to list a person who was your greatest, the numero uno, the greatest inspiration to you personally, who would that be?
In the industry, as far as dancing?
Right.
I would have to say two, or there's two, or there's so many.
Oh yeah.
Big Les was my all-time favorite.
I remember Big Les. Yes, I remember.
And it's funny because they used to think we were sisters.
Wow.
Y'all look alike. Y'all favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Big Les, I love her to death. Rosie Perez.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I always wanted to dance with her. Janet, that's
of course
top notch. I mean,
Miss Jackson is nasty.
Yes.
Was it her and Paula?
At that time, Paula Abdul, yes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yes. Paula, she was doing her thing too.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
I remember she had I think it was a Soul Train Award performance. It was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's just so many amazing that when I was coming up, like I said, with Big Les and Rosie Perez, and then you have Josie Harris, and Flex. I mean, I looked at them and it was like, wow, you know, I'm dancing with them.
Right.
You know, they're amazing. So
Flex Alexander, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I love him and Shanice.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he, back in the day when he was dancing, he did his thing.
Oh,
Flex.
wow.
This is new to me. I didn't even know he danced.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely.
Wow. I must have been under a rock for real.
At that time, I believe he was with Salt and Pepper at one point, I believe, in the beginning.
Okay.
But yeah. And then you have all the, you know, all these other dancers that were amazing as, you know, as well. But those are the ones that I would just watch and be like, oh, I'd love to be on stage with them.
Right.
Besides some of your like best dancers and stuff like that, did you have any musical influences? Like, who was your favorite singers, male, female, stuff like that?
My favorite would be Patti LaBelle.
Woo!
Because I got a chance to, you know, be on tour with her.
Oh, wow.
She cooked for us at one location. She's just this amazing, strong person.
Yes.
How was the food?
What's the cooking?
How was the food? Because we love Patti.
Okay. If her food was more amazing than her voice.
Oh, wow. Woo!
So you know, that's top. That's top.
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, she was just an amazing person and just so warm and nice, and you know, you have celebrities that put on those airs. She's nothing.
Right.
She's nothing. She's the queen. She's definitely the queen.
Oh my
baby. Let me tell you, okay. Because I don't have this for nothing, okay?
What? You see that book?
I don't have that for nothing.
Right? Yes.
She got all the secrets.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you probably, I don't know, Chef FINEASWINE actually has a video
okay.
With cooking some of Patti's recipes. So yeah, you'll enjoy that one.
Love it.
All right.
How did you initially feel when the opportunity was presented to you to like meet MC Hammer and dance for him and things like that?
The opportunity to meet him came about from a friend of ours named Lloyd Johnson.
Okay.
Back then I used to skate more than I danced. I'm one of those skaters
rollerblade.
No. Four wheels.
That's
okay.
I need four.
I can't do the inline skate. No,
I'm not doing the ice skate.
I'm back in the day, 4 wheels, no stopper.
Right.
And I dance on my skates more than I would dance. So that was another thing that was me, was just I skated. So a friend of ours, Lloyd Johnson, I used to know him from the skating ring.
Wow.
One night was at a club in San Francisco called the Palladium, and happened to see Lloyd, and I, chit-chatted with him. At the time he was, working with Hammer in the beginning, and apparently Hammer seen me do something. So the next day I was actually coming up to the studio, not to audition, not to try to do anything. I was picking up Lloyd to go roller skating. And Hammer came out and he was like, I seen you doing this step in the club. I'd like you to show my dancers that I have now that particular step. And I'm thinking, what step are you talking about? Because I don't remember half the stuff I do.
Right.
So I said, well, the step came to mind when his song Ring 'Em came on. So I said, well, put that song on, that'll make me remember. And I did the step, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to be doing this video. I need another dancer. Would you like to be in the video? I was like, sure. And the rest was history. And I went on from there.
Oh wow.
That is what's up. That is. It sounds more like a spiritual connection that you receive when you tap into your choreography. You know,
exactly.
Which makes it even more better.
My other personality. That's Terrible T.
Which is even more better when you can tap into that and just let it flow. You know.
Oh yeah.
I love doing the choreography when we all do the step and we're uniform. Right. Because that reminds me of the step shows because you're all in sync. Yes. But when you get that opportunity to freestyle, that's my moment to shine.
Oh
yes.
Wow.
I love it.
Yes.
All right. If you could choose a theme song to describe where your life is at right now, what song would you choose and why?
Where my life is now, I would say well, that's a good one. Let me think about that for a second.
Okay. And in the
I would say Luther.
Okay.
Luther.
A house is not a home.
Oh wow. Okay. Going back old school R&B.
Yep. I would have to say Luther because if I'm not here, my house is not a home. I do too much. In my life, I am the house.
Oh wow.
So speaking of which, I did hear through the grapevine that you love to cook, right? So
yes,
I ain't gonna tell you who told me that. A little birdie told me that you love to cook and that you was browsing through my recipes. So what is your favorite thing to cook? What are some of the dishes you like to cook?
Dirty rice.
Okay. With the ground beef and everything, with the ground beef and stuff.
Actually, with the chicken gizzards, the beef liver. I'm talking old school. I'm talking Louisiana.
Okay.
I'm talking back there.
Okay. You shut me down real quick. Okay.
Yeah. Not can't do the ground beef. Got to be the beef liver, chicken gizzards. Bell peppers, the onions.
I'm getting hot because it sounds good.
Oyster dressing.
Okay.
Yep.
I love oyster dressing. I love it.
You would think I'm actually from the South, but I'm not.
Right.
But I cook like it.
That's okay. That's what's up.
They say the same thing about me. I mean, when I cook, I don't cook for like one or two people. I always cook for like
I don't know.
10. Yeah.
I don't know how to cook small.
I don't either.
I don't.
We have that in common.
To cook small, I probably would not eat because I don't know what that is. My mother used to always have so many people at the house. Right. And she used to just cook, the neighborhood kids, everybody. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten used to always having these parties or not even parties, just gatherings where everybody comes over. So she used to make a lot.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to condense. I don't. So I end up doing it at my house. Like, we used to do Blockbuster Friday and I'd cook and everybody came over. We watched movies or, had an apple martini because I like to bartend too.
Okay. So you got some tricks up your sleeve. And every time I cook, I got these big pots. They say, Chef FINEASWINE, who all are you cooking for?
Right.
So it's just a habit. It's a habit. I had a big family and I was cooking for everybody. So it's just a habit. It's habit forming.
It's hard to break. It's hard to cut that down when, it's only 3 of us or 4 of us in the house, but I still have to cook all these different meals. And I just don't know how to cook small. So
cooking enough for the whole block and the whole child, we got to work on that. We're gonna have to fix that.
Oh yeah. You have to teach me, how to, go from a cup to half,
Oh yeah. I got a question for you too. Out of the chat, the comment section from Sugar Daddy Williams. Who designed your outfits back in the day? They set the trend for that particular time in hip hop.
Oh yes, Tony Briggs did a
Wow.
lot. Tony Briggs did a lot of designing for us. Soul Train, as you can see, with a lot of the Soul Train dancers.
Oh yeah.
We had Duvall also was another designer. James Head, but Tony baby was I loved his fits.
Oh,
I still have a couple of them to this day.
Oh wow.
I think I'm gonna put in a frame because they were just so amazing. His designs would speak to you. Mm-hmm. And he had this one that I love to this day. It's pink, and it was the jacket and the pants, and we had it on in the Juicy video.
Right.
And I fell in love with it before even putting it on. Just him telling you what he's gonna do, and then to see it come, you just like, oh, I gotta wear that. I got it. And we had to have comfortable stuff, so he knew what to make because of his background in dancing. He was like, yeah, you gotta have that material that's gonna move with you.
That's right. That's right.
So that's why we used to wear a lot of the biking shorts.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
And the sports attire, because it was for what we did and how we moved. We needed those clothing that had that flexibility. We couldn't, put on the jeans and try to get out there and get busy. Mm-hmm. They would end up getting ripped.
Exactly. Exactly.
Another comment about your hair, and I mentioned that to you earlier before we came on live. So Justice 84 loved your hair back then also.
Thank you so much. Yes, Sharon Fluker used to do my hair back then. She was amazing with what the styles that she did. We also had Jeffrey Houston and Stevon Houston. Amazing. I've even at one point, before they came to be in vogue, Maxine used to work in the shop and braid hair. Maxine can braid.
No.
Sure. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Before In Vogue got together, she also was a hairdresser in that shop.
So I'm looking at you and I'm noticing that you are aging backwards. Can you tell the audience your secrets and tips and stuff? You aging backwards.
I'm aging backwards.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I living life to the fullest. Trying not to be stressed. I drink a lot of water.
Okay.
And that's about it. I don't have no secrets.
Well, you look good. You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They're saying that in the comment section as well. You still look great.
Thank you.
During your time with MC Hammer, Terrible T, what was your most memorable moment during that time?
Oh, there were so many. Being at the, Paisley Park at one point.
Okay.
Getting ready for a tour. Being on tour with Bobby Brown. That's the most, I talked about that on another interview because it was funny.
Okay.
We were on tour and Al Heyman at the time, Bobby was closing. And I guess, promoters sometimes like to mix things up, and you get to another city, they like to change
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we get to Providence, Rhode Island, and he decides that Hammer's going to close.
Okay.
And Bobby Brown's camp did not appreciate that. So
my prerogative.
It was his prerogative. So after he got off stage and did his thing, we went on, and someone from his camp pulled our plug.
Wait, what?
Pulled the plug of the music. Music just shut off. But because the way Hammer had us practice, we didn't stop. So in rehearsal, it was until he said stop, then you just kept going.
Wow.
So when the music went off, we were still doing the steps. So all you heard was like the stomp, like you were in a frat.
Okay.
You know, you just heard the stomping. Once the music came back on, we were still on time.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So yeah. So definitely, you know, Hammer rehearsals were led by, you know, Too Big MC, but it was, you had to be focused where you don't look to each other because you know the steps.
Right.
So we looked forward. We used to rehearse in his brother's office building, and we didn't have mirrors. So you know how the reflection from the windows,
Right.
when the lights go off, that was our practice studio.
Oh,
So
wow.
we had to look forward. If we looked to each other, Too Big would stop it. He would stop, do it over, do it over, do it
Too
over.
Big MC.
Too Big MC. He used to crack that whip.
Ooh, not
At
crack the whip.
rehearsal. He used to crack the whip at rehearsal. We used to have to go 100%. So that's where all that endurance came from, because it was,
Right.
you know, nonstop. We would rehearse every day from, it could be from noon till about 2 or 3 in the morning. We rehearsed hours. So we were ready to go. You know, the wind was there because Hammer's music was so upbeat.
Oh, yeah.
And so hype that you want to give your all. So definitely.
We have a couple of comments here in the comment section for you. So Sugar Daddy Williams, he just made a statement. He said he heard about the Hammer stories, and he said he was not to be messed with because, you know, he was about perfection. We know that.
Yep.
And then
Yes.
Reese Pop, let me see. What do you think about female rappers of today? And would you be a rapper in today's music industry? That's very interesting. I have to hear this answer.
The MCs, you know, during our time were a little bit different. Everybody has their own flow. I listen to a lot of the MCs now. It's more, I guess, we used to do it behind the scenes, like with Juicy. It was kind of subtle. You knew what we were talking about.
Right.
You know, when you were listening to the song, but it really wasn't said. Nowadays, it's just there. This is where it is. This is where I'm at. I respect every last one of them because they're an artist. They're just expressing, you know, how they feel. I'm a little different.
Right. Right.
Terrible T has a different side to her. Terrible T is more aggressive, more strong, more in your face. So the music now and the music that I am going to be doing now is geared to that. So I will be back in the music industry because
Yes, I love that. Yes, we love that. We were going to ask you that. Can you tell us a little bit about, or you can't speak about it now?
I can speak a little bit because a lot of stuff is still in the works. I will come back with you guys because I will have a single coming out.
Thank goodness.
Don't know exactly when it's going to drop, but I'll definitely let you know. Right now, I know it's called Like That. You know.
Okay.
Okay. Like
Terrible T stand true to herself. Like that. Okay.
Like that. So, and it's like I said, it's something that I've always wanted to do. More aggressive music. But the beats are still there. The dancing is still going to be there because that's my first love.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Self-written.
Yeah.
Self-written. Okay. And you guys, I did get the permission of Terrible T. She told me that she wants to cook with moi. So be looking forward to that.
Yep. We're gonna be in there. We're gonna be in the kitchen like this.
Dancing and cooking.
What is your zodiac? What's your zodiac, Terrible T?
I'm a Libra.
Uh-oh.
See?
They're sweethearts.
Got them scales. Just
They're
don't,
sweethearts. But don't push them.
Drop.
Right. But don't push them though. Don't push them. But they are sweethearts. And I'm Aquarius, so we get along.
Yes.
We get along.
What would you most like your fans to know about
That I'm coming back.
Okay.
Terrible T's, back in the mode. I'm ready to get out there and enjoy life with them and do my thing.
I'm so glad.
Thank you so much for all the support for Oaktown's 357. Thank you for the support for Terrible T. And definitely, when I'm dancing for Hammer, I love the support. I still get it, so I appreciate it, and I love everybody for it.
Oh, good.
They're blowing up the comment section. They're saying, yes, they can't wait. It's going to be exciting. So, as we spoke to you earlier, we mentioned this to you, you are loved, and we want some new content from you, and you will be supported. That's what we do.
She said she was going to come back. She said she's going to come back over here. I'm excited.
I'm coming back.
Cook and dance and do all of that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
I Love Weed says, I got to let my sister know. Because he said his sister loved Oaktown 357 as well. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I have to ask this question because we all like to do reflections about our life and, things that we went through. If you could go back in time, what are 3 things that you would tell your younger self?
3 things that I would tell my younger self is, don't be as trusting.
Oh, yeah. That part.
Learn more of the business part of it.
Yeah.
And stay true to yourself. Definitely.
So did you see some of the seedy or shady parts of the industry, and you being from the outside looking in like, oh my God?
Definitely got a chance to see a lot of things in the industry that shouldn't be.
Right.
It's just, to me, the industry is so big that there's room for everything.
Right.
So you don't have to take advantage of each other just to get to that next step.
Exactly.
Be mindful, because that step that you took after that person you left, remember you were on that step with them together.
That's right.
And you needed them.
Yes.
And now that you've gotten your step up, you forgot about that person.
Yeah.
And it's not so much you forgot, you just didn't acknowledge.
Yes,
because you didn't do it by yourself.
You didn't. Nope.
That part.
Yeah.
So, Terrible T, the audience would like to know, could you tell us about the second release album, Fully Loaded? Tell us a little bit about the making of it, the process of it, and things like that.
The Fully Loaded album was definitely fun. Sweet L.D did a lot of writing on there. I did some writing. We also did some with Terrence Davis, which was part of the One Cause, One Effect, and also Treasure, who was part of One Cause, One Effect. So that came about with more maturity and how we were feeling at that moment, as far as like, Turn It Up. Turn It Up is probably one of my favorite. Because it was almost like, see, here we are. We're here. Let's celebrate us. Let's turn up. It's time to turn it up. The collaboration for the video was amazing, and that was done by Craig Brooks, which was one of the tour managers for us and for Hammer, that has passed on. His vision for that was amazing.
Wow.
The concept of Wild and Loose, that was just another way to show you could still be sexy, but now we finna get wild and loose. And that routine was a collab with everybody that was on that stage. Myself, Sweet L.D, Jimmy Burrell, QZ, all these, Shelby, everybody
Wow.
had an opportunity to put their own little spin on it. We go in the studio and we close the door and we like, okay, let's come up with something. And it may take a minute, but you feel it. And every step you'll feel that needs to go right there.
Right.
So that album was more of a maturity for Sweet L.D. and myself. That, we came through the first album with, Hammer's vision. Now this is our vision.
Right.
Let us have a voice now. So it was definitely good, with the Capitol Records on that particular album. I would have loved to go on from there. But I'm still blessed.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been blessed since way back, and your pen game is hard. You're a beast with that pen, let me just say. So what would you say your biggest record was on the first album?
Everybody Loves Yeah, Yeah, Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody loved that move. They was like, yeah. And you could be in the grocery store and be like, yeah.
Exactly. Wow.
Oh boy. Yeah, I love that one. Terrible T.
Just promise me you're gonna teach me how to dance one day.
I
please.
will. I am. Definitely.
I need help. I need a lot of help. So you're gonna have to cradle that baby because he don't know how to dance.
Gotta put the work in.
You gotta put the work in.
I'm gonna put the work in.
Okay.
Just you're gonna have to cradle that baby because I don't know how to two-step or none of that.
I got you.
Okay. And hey to everybody in the chat, all the fans for showing Terrible
love.
T some love. She is all right. She is down to earth. More important.
And sending you plenty of hearts.
Oh, thank you. Mwah.
Yes. From that beautiful smile and everything. She got production in the background.
Right.
Yes. So.
And you said you keep in contact with the other ladies from 357. So anytime, if they're out doing something and they want to come on, hey, feel free. If you like, pass our information on, because Oaktown 357, for those of you who are too young to remember, they had it going on. I'm just saying.
And I'm 5. I was the 5 of 357. So
you were the 5.
That part.
I'm 5.
Oh Lord, yeah. I'm telling you.
I lastly wanted to ask you, how was it meeting Don Cornelius? Because I understand you guys were on Soul Train.
Yes, that was the most magical moment because as a child, I always wanted to be on Soul Train. That Saturday morning when Soul Train came on.
That's right.
You could not tell me I wasn't on Soul Train. Mother used to be like, can you get out the way in front of the TV? I'm like, I just want to be on Soul Train.
Oh, wow.
And to actually go on Soul Train, with Hammer, and then to go back and do 357, but to actually be on Soul Train, that was my Grammy.
Exactly.
Right.
I got to fulfill something that I've always wanted to as a child, and to be an artist on the big stage. You couldn't tell me that. You couldn't tell me that for a whole week. I was on Soul Train. And it was definitely an honor to meet him because, just to hear Don Cornelius say, and your name is,
right, because he had that voice.
You're right. He was like, Terrible T. I'm like, oh my God. Don Cornelius said my name.
Yes, I'm so glad you got to experience that your
Arsenio was another one. Okay. Oh my God, that was amazing. We went on there a couple of times, but Arsenio Hall was amazing too.
His show was the ish back in the day.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
we all watched it.
Yes. So again, we want to thank you for coming on the show with us.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It was fun. I'll be back.
Okay.
You have to come back because they're blowing up the comment section and you don't have a choice. They want you.
Okay.
Again.
Well, I will definitely come back, hang out. Definitely.
I'm gonna be in contact about this cooking collab, and
yes.
You are a beautiful spirit. Your
Thank
presence and everything, and you're welcome here anytime. We will most definitely support your new work that you're gonna be coming out with.
Thank you.
And Terrible T is so honored. We're so honored to meet you.
Right.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure was mine. Thank you.
They
I
are
appreciate both of you.
The comment section. If this is a Reese Cup said this was a real treat. VT, she'll be back. Yay. And I Love Weed, great interview. He loved the interview. Jill's Comfort Zone. Yes, please do come on back. Sugar Daddy, can't wait to see her again. And it goes on and on.
I know Sugar Daddy show was making a lot of questions.
I know, right?
Sugar Daddy said this made his day. So you know you have to come back. We have to keep Sugar Daddy happy.
Yes, we got to keep Sugar Daddy happy.
He said he was a DJ, so
he was a DJ, so he was playing your music back.
Yes. So we got to keep Sugar Daddy happy.
That boy, he the turn up king. He the turn up king.
Right.
King. That's what's up. You know, I just, you know, again, I'm so glad that my partner and I, Chef FINEASWINE, and myself, all of our wonderful, you know, subscribers could show you love and adulation and let you know we appreciate, you know, the sacrifices that you made. And you know, you helped, you know, the next generation, you know, of African-American dancers who were trying to make it. You know, that, like you said, they may be doing something a little different from you, but you were able to open doors. Okay. And you know, again, we love that. And
definitely
always
like said, back in our day. Yeah, back in our day,
you were always classy, and you did the doggone thing, as they say.
Thank you. I'm still trying to do my hair trend. You know,
you guys, I want to see you get that asymmetrical back.
You doing the thing.
I know I'm gonna have to. The young lady that does my hair now, because Sharon lives all the way in St. Louis, is Laverne.
Right.
Okay.
And you got it trying to she be hooking me up, you know. So I got to keep the hair trend. Everybody always talk about your hair, your style. I have to keep it going. I don't know about putting the TTs in the back though.
That's okay.
That was back then.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It looks good. It looks so good.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, I will definitely be back. Chef, I'm going to cook with you. At Roslyn, I'm going to be with you. And we're going to, hopefully I get a snippet of the video once we get that done in process, so you can have that and give you some more updates on what I'm doing.
I'm going to stay in contact with you. So
yes, definitely.
Chef's going to be in contact with you. So we're going to keep this thing going.
He trying to get my cornbread recipe. I know.
and the oyster dressing.
Look, he trying to throw it out there just to see where I was at with my cooking skills.
I'm gonna be listening and lurking and like I need that recipe.
Dressing, when I said dirty rice, he was like, "Oh, so you
right?"
That
so I was trying to get them ingredients.
So when I threw that, you know, oh, she know what she doing.
Oh, baby, you know what you doing. I was like, yes. So that's what we want on the show, and much love to you, Terrible T. It's all love and it's appreciation. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Love you too. Love you more.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
May God continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you. Bless you too as well. You both stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.